Joe Hutzler here for LHSN with Coach Sprecher after another championship, not just one, but two today here in 2021. Let's swing it around, talk to Coach. This has obviously been part of the goal since coming here 6 years ago, but now you see it come to fruition, men and women back at the top. What's it mean for you?
I couldn't be more happy for our coaching staff, our athletes, and over things we've overcome this year with COVID and everything else that they've had to go through. So it's just a blessing to see the dedication, hard work, discipline, the agony of defeat, but more importantly, the thrill of victory, and to do this all together and share in this moment, couldn't be more blessed.
When you take a look at the overall scope of this season, you just talked about COVID and, of course, not having an ODAC Indoor Championship to fight for like you have in the past. Did that add hunger to the goals of outdoor season and what you guys plan to do? Did that add a little fuel to the fire?
Yeah, and actually a year ago we were ready. We were in position to win this thing outdoors last year, and that was taken away. And then, of course, cross country in the fall, indoor in the wintertime. And so, yeah, we were more than ready for this opportunity, and that makes it that much more bittersweet.
Can you describe the makeup of the female group and the male group? And more importantly, what about them works together? Because obviously they have to coexist all season long, and they're doing it better than anybody else.
Yeah, well, it's a chore. There's 100 of them, and there's 20 events today, and it's a three-ring circus. And so, yeah, the chemistry. But when you start putting, even though track is an individual sport, you start putting that aside, and you really find the commonalities and the team concept. And then when they start to feed off each other and create the synergy, then not only can we have this great experience, but they can share this experience with each other. And maybe as a father, that's the thing I'm probably most proud of, is that not only did they get to enjoy this, but they had fun doing this, and they'll remember this the rest of their lives.
Okay, now we're joined by Jake Reed, the Director of Cross Country and Long Distance Track and Field. Coach, there's a lot of things that go into championship seasons. You've experienced it on the women's side. Talk about the men's resilience to see the women hoist trophies, continue to fight, and then put it all together with this class this year, ending it in the best way possible.
Yeah, I know like the last couple of years it's been tough on the men's side, just watching the women win year after year and being so close. Honestly, it was a culmination moment from last year, and it was fun to have a couple of the alums back to witness it, because a few of them that have built this, Reed Sharkey, Sean Gamerick, Tristan on the distance side, it's just so special for them to see the culmination, and for these guys to be able to bring that energy and get it done. It just means so much. They've been building for it for a long time.
Is there any point in time throughout this school year that you would point to something as a turning point maybe for this team, or when you knew, okay, it's ours to lose as opposed to us scratching and clawing to get to the top?
Interesting enough, COVID. It was a blessing. Everyone else's curse was our blessing, especially on the distance side. We had a huge block of uninterrupted training. Our boys went to flag last summer. They got work in there. When they came back in another level, and I knew we had turned a corner, and I knew it was going to be something special.
On the women's side, obviously we've become accustomed to seeing them doing this, but that's just as hard, I think, as maybe getting off a losing streak. So when you look at that group and the makeup of that group, what keeps them staying at the top?
It was tough to start this year. It was kind of different from men to women. Women came back. They hadn't been together. It was tough to get the ball rolling. We had a lot of hurdles to jump through. We've had some injuries, but they were very, very resilient. Like Steph tore plantar fascia in the fall, and to bounce back and do what she did tonight was just incredible. And they've just been tough, and they've been supportive of each other all the way through. So it's been incredible.
Last thing I'll ask you is, when you look at this at the end of it all, when you're thinking about this particular season, what's going to stand out to you the most about the whole program, men's and women's, freshmen and seniors, seeing everything that you and Coach Sprecher and the rest of your staff have kind of worked on, the goals you set for yourselves, coming together today and taking a clean sweep? What is that feeling like? Can you describe it?
It's incredible. I look back at all the races today, and some of them are just going to be so memorable for so many more years to come. When I think of how we culminated that moment, we had the 5Ks where we individual wins and sweeping the men's, and then the 4x4s. And Jackie, I never thought she could go sub 60, but she brings it home in sub 60 in the 4x4 to hold off Roanoke. Just the memories of those races. I always tell the kids they're going to forget the times, but they're not going to forget those moments. And this moment's special for them.
No doubt, Coach. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Good job, buddy. Well done.